Hello children, welcome to Narayana classes. Today we are going to discuss about the NTSC. First we'll let us know about what is NTSC. So actually it's completely a competitive exam, National Talent Search Examination. So in the sense, what is the importance of social in this examination and for how many marks the subject is going to be given. So before going to the marks and importance of the social and importance of the NTSC have been categorized into two, level 1 and level 2. So level 1 is going to be conducted in the month of November every year. Clear children? Level 2 will be conducted in the month of March and April. So, out of 200 marks, the marks categorized into two types again. 100 marks will be MAT, mental ability, and remaining 100 marks will be SAT. Clear children? In this, social will be 40 marks. In some states it is about 60 marks. In some states it is about 40 marks. Among these, what is the more important subject? In the sense, social have about 4 categories, children. Like geography, history, economics, and civics. Out of these 4, more weightage of marks will be given for geography and history. Clear children? So 15 marks and 15 marks. Here we have the more chances to get about 30 out of 30 marks. Sir, what we are supposed to do to gain the marks here out of 40, maximum chances 40 out of 40, or at least we can gain up to 39 marks. The only source is about textbook. We have to follow thoroughly each and every line from the textbook. Clear children? So now, coming to the social topics, as we are moving from the first lesson, coming to the first lesson children, Indian relief features. Just a second. Indian relief features. So what is the meaning of a relief here? The meaning of a relief in the sense, the landforms and the water bodies on the ground. The landforms and the water bodies on the ground. So what are all the landforms we have? Like hills, mountains, plains, plateaus, deserts, islands, these are all comes under landforms. And rivers and the water bodies like lakes, ponds, these are all comes under water bodies. Just a second, children. Okay. Generally, Indian relief features are being categorized into 6. What are all those 6 in the sense? Beginning from the north to the southern part, Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip is about Kanyakumari at present. But in the year of 2008, the merge, what is the meaning of merge? Mixing. As the Indira Point have been merged because of the tsunamis, it has been taken Kanyakumari as the southernmost tip of our country. Clear children? So the topic is about Indian relief features. What is the meaning of relief here in the sense? The landforms. Before going to the topic directly, let us know about our country, our land. So we know that India is one of the vast country with huge population, second largest country with population. But from where the land has been taken, we call India as a super subcontinent. What is the meaning of a super subcontinent? So, million years ago, the land has been separated clearly in a pictorial. Just observe here, children. Earlier, the complete land has been taken in a single location, single part or single area, and this comes under water bodies. In the Greek word, the land is called as Pangios, and the water bodies are called as Panthalassa or Panthalassa. So because of the collisions which have been taken from the interior part of the earth, the land has been separated into different parts. Clear, children? And now we have about 7 continents. What are all the reasons for the separation of the land? Let's have a glance by taking an example. As we all know that the earth have been taken as 3 layers. 3 layers of the earth. The first one is about the crust, second one is about the mantle, third one is about the core, and in core we have inner core. So when the pressure has been applied, as we all know that high temperature has been taken in the interior part of the earth. Clear, children? How much the temperature is about? It is equal to the temperature near the sun. Clear? When the temperature has been raised, what happens when the temperature, if you observe a pressure cooker, clear, children, while cooking or while boiling about the rice, when the pressure has been applied, the vapor is going to be exhaust outside. In the same pattern, when the pressure applied from the core and intercore, the pressure has been exploited or overtaken to the upper layers. Because of these pressures, the earthquakes and the separation of the lands has been taken, where we call it as separation as plate tectonics. Because of this, the land has been separated into 2 major parts. One is Angara land, another one is about Gondwana lands. So, Angara lands. What is this Angara and what is this Gondwana lands? In the sense, if we go through about the globe here, children. So if we divide into equal halves, the western part comes under Angara and the eastern part comes under Gondwana. As a country, our country India lies in the Gondwana part. Clear, children? So this is how the subcontinent has been taken. Because of the movement of the plate tectonics, here the plate tectonics in the sense the land, because of the movement of the land has been collided to the northern part of the land. For your glance, how Himalayas has been formed. We know well that in the extreme southern part of the country, we have about the cool temperature and where the presence of Himalayas has been taken. The Himalayas have been formed because of, for example, the land has been collided here and the land has been raised to a particular extent. So where we call it as a folded mountains, when the collision has been taken because of the repulsion or because of the force, the land has been raised upwards and that position has been taken as a mountainous range, where we call at present as Himalayas. So we have one more important question here. If the Himalayas has been, what is the reason of cool temperature nearby the Himalayas comparing to southern part of our country? The only reason is about, if we move to the high altitude, automatically the temperature decreases. So as the mountainous range is about the sea level, where we have been learned in the earlier classes about MSL, mean sea level. So because of that cool temperature, or else the winds which are moving from the north have been blocked by Himalayas, blocked in the sense the stoppages has been taken. Because of Himalayas, the coolness has been totally placed there and the Himalayas have been formed as a cool regions. Clear, children? So now moving to the lesson, just go through noting important points, children. First, we'll go through about the mind map. By that, we'll come to know what is the complete lesson is about. Always remember, children, while you are reading or preparing for the lesson, first understand the mind map. Now, going through about the mind map, Indian relief features. Indian relief features are of 6 types, or else we have 6 major Indian relief features. In that, the first one is about Himalayas. Again, these Himalayas have been categorized into 3 types. The first one is about Greater Himalayas. The first one is about Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, and Outer Himalayas. So, totally 3: Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, and Outer Himalayas. And the second major relief is about Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plains. The plain region where we have about the fertile soil, fertility have been available. Indo-Gangetic Plains. And the third one is about plateaus. Plateaus are of 3 types. The first one is about Deccan Plateau, second one is about Malwa, and the third one is about Chota Nagpur Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau. And coming after plateaus, the fourth one is about islands. Sorry, it's the last one. Okay, let it be. The fourth one is about the islands. Fifth one is about the desert. And the last one is about coastal plains. In these coastal plains, we will get about the 2 more categories like Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. And coastal plains are of 7 types. 7 coastal areas we have, beginning from Gujarat, ending with Odisha. Here, children, in the sense, if you go through about the map, from Gujarat to, if you take a V shape, a continuous coastal plains has been taken. Clear, children? Now, coming to the India again. Here we have an India map. I hope you people are able to see that. So as we discussed in the beginning of the class, because of the collisions, the Indian subcontinent has been formed and Himalayas has been taken part. Now we are moving to the latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes and longitudes. So actually the thing is about, if we go through the globe completely, we know the imaginary lines. There are 2 major imaginary lines. The one is about latitudes. Total how many latitudes we have? We have 181, including 0 degree latitude, where we call it as the equator. And 360 longitudes. These are all the longitudes, children. So in each and every location, the time zone is going to be calculated based upon the latitudes and the longitudes. So here in general, we have 2 times where we following about GMT and IST. What is the full form of GMT? Is about Greenwich Meridian Time. It is a location in London. It is a location in London, children. Greenwich Meridian Time. And IST is from India, where we have an exact marking of the line. It is about 82.5 degree longitude. We'll go through in a map pictorially. Clear, children? The time difference between the GMT and IST is about 5.5 hours. The time difference is about 5.5 hours. In the sense, GMT is going to be taken as a 0 degree longitude. For example, here I am noting a line. It is about GMT, 0 degree longitude. If we move towards the west direction, automatically the time is completely taken as a negative. Negative in the sense decrease. Negative in the sense decrease. If we move towards the east direction, the time is going to be increased. The time is going to be increased, positive, increase. So the time difference between the 0 degrees and coming to the IST is about 5.5 hours. Clear, children? But here we have one more question. Sir, Gujarat comes under our country and Arunachal Pradesh also comes under our country. Then when the first sunrise is going to be taken part in Arunachal Pradesh, comparing to Arunachal Pradesh, Gujarat takes some time gap. In the sense, the movement of the each and every longitude or the gap between the each and every longitude is about 4 minutes. Each and every longitude difference in a degree pattern is about 15 degrees. Clear, children? So if we divide 360 longitudes by 24 hours, we will get about the 15. Clear, children? So each and every longitude gap is about 15 degrees and each and every longitude time is about, movement of the time is about 4 minutes. So Arunachal Pradesh, sun rises early. For example, by 5 o'clock in our country, in Arunachal Pradesh, the sun rises. The same time is going to be shown in Gujarat also. Sir, here I have a doubt, sir. If the time is going to be shown, then you said about the differences between the 4 minutes. In our country, we are following about two major times. One is about Bombay. Another one is about Kolkata. Dear children, before independence or at the time of British government, in the year of 1888, two time zones have been taken from our country. The west side is about the Mumbai and the east side is about Kolkata. Later on, as the Greenwich Meridian time and the comparison of the times, they have been taken as a common. What is that common? 82.5 degree longitude. By following this, we people are going to know the exact time of our country. For example, at present the time is about 5 o'clock in our country. If we move towards east direction, based upon the difference between the longitudes, the time is going to be increased for every hour or 2 hours. If we go towards west direction, in the sense, towards European continent, the time is going to be decreased completely. Clear, children? I hope you got the point about the time zones. Clear. Now going to the map. India location. As we discussed the location, latitude, now we are going to the latitudes and longitudinal location and the distance between the north to south and west to east. Clear, children? Sir. Second image. Yeah, coming to the image, children, if we go through about the map observation, here we can find the latitudinal and the longitudinal distance between north to south in our country. If we go through to the Jammu and Kashmir, where we have about 68 degrees 7 east longitudes, and coming to the Arunachal Pradesh, we have about 97 degrees 25 minutes east longitudes. Clear, children? And coming to the southern part completely, the southern part is about 8-degree channel, where we call it as a 8-degree channel. It is very, very important in the map pointing also. Sometimes they may ask to locate the 8-degree channel. The 8-degree channel is at the southernmost tip of our country. After that, we have, it is about the south, and we have another one is about 6 degrees 45 minutes north. Why? Because India lies in the northern hemisphere, children. Clear? So India comes under northern hemisphere, we mention it as a north. And coming here we can find the 82 degrees 30 minutes line which is passing through our country. Here we have to note two important points. The first one is about this 82 line. This line, it's completely shows the time of our country, and in our country, when the line joins in or enters into our country, the location is about Adilabad, Sorry, yeah, right. Allahabad. And if you observe to the bottom, children, here the line is going to touch the eastern border of Sri Lanka. If we want to locate the 82.5 degree on the map, the only short form is about by placing the scale to the eastern part of the Sri Lanka, we have to go through a straight line where it indicates about 82.5 or 82 degrees 30 minutes east longitude. Clear, children? And coming to the distance between north to south, the distance between the north to south is going to be calculated into this part. Sir, third image, please. On the map, we can see the line between, one second. Here we can show the distance between north to south and west to east from Jammu and Kashmir. From Jammu and Kashmir, the distance is about 3214 kilometers. The complete land, in the sense the distance between the Jammu and Kashmir and southern part is about Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is about 3214 kilometers, whereas from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, the distance is about 2933 kilometers. It's completely about 2933 kilometers. Clear, children? And coming to the another, here we can know about the standard meridian time. Here it has been mentioned the standard meridian time. That is about, here in this map we can clearly see that here it is going to touch about the eastern border of Sri Lanka. Clear, children? So this is about the location, the distance and the latitudinal and the longitudinal gaps between the north and the southern part of our country, and the distance from north to south and east to west or west to east. So coming to the first one in the relief features is about Himalayas. As we know that Himalayas, before collision, the formation of Himalayas, we call it as Trans-Himalayas. So what happens when the collision has been taken? The landform is going to rise to a particular extent. So because of the particular extent, the water bodies which have been presented there are also being raised along with the land, where the water bodies earlier are about Tethys Sea. The sea is about Tethys Sea. So this sea has been raised along with the land, in the sense the mountains, and the frozen zone and the glaciers have been formed. Clear, children? So the Trans-Himalayas, again after Trans-Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser and Outer Himalayas has been originated. Here we have to know one more important point, children. In the later on classes we will discuss about the Himalayas in deep, but here Himalayas, from this only we have been originated three major rivers, where we call those rivers as perennial rivers. Where we call those rivers as perennial rivers. What is the meaning of a perennial? In the sense, the continuous flow of the river throughout the year. We call it as perennial river. The continuous flow of the river throughout the year is called as perennial rivers. What are all those perennial rivers? Why? Is that the rivers are interlinked with the Indian major relief features? Yes. The first one is about Indus. Second one is about Ganga. And the third one is about Brahmaputra. We will discuss about Brahmaputra in another topic. But coming to the Ganga and Indus, these two rivers have been originated nearby the glacier, Kailash Range mountains. Clear? These Indus and Ganga the flow of the water has been taken, the fertile soil, where we call it as, or where it has been named as Indo-Gangetic plains. Indo-Gangetic plains. Clear, children? So, let's recall about this up to now, and we'll move to the next classes. So, Indian relief features, what is the meaning of a relief? In the sense, the land forms on the country. So, we have 6 major Indian relief features. The first one is Himalayas, the second one is about Indo-Gangetic plains, third one is about peninsular plateaus, and the fourth one is about desert, fifth one is about coastal plains, and the sixth one is about islands. Here we have 2 islands. Coming to the eastern part of the island is about Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the western part of the islands are about Lakshadweep Islands. Clear, children? So, Himalayas have been categorized into 3 types: Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Outer Himalayas. And coming to the Peninsula Plateau, because of the fertile soil which has been taken by the flow of the water from Indus River and Ganga River, we call it as Indo-Gangetic plains. And the next one, plateaus are of 3 types. What are all those? Coming to the first one, Deccan Plateau, Malwa Plateau, and Chota Nagpur plateaus. Clear? After that, we are moving to the next topic, the latitudes and the longitudes of our country. So, the latitudes and the longitudinal distance or the gap is about from 37 degrees east to 8 degrees south, in the sense north, as India lies in the northern hemisphere. Don't get confusion, children. India comes under the northern hemisphere. If you take about the global representation, as the earth has been slightly tilted in this pattern, the country India will be in the northern hemisphere. Clear, children? It comes under northern hemisphere, and the line which is passing from Gujarat, here you can see one of the line which is passing from Gujarat to the extent of the country up to the Bangladesh. The line is about Tropic of Cancer. The line is about Tropic of Cancer. Clear, children? And coming to the 82.5 degree, the 82.5 degree is the time zone of our country, where we call it as IST. Again, I am repeating, children. Why? Because these topics are very important for the NTSC. When we go through about lesson clearly, we won't discuss about these few topics. So, note it down. IST, that is about 82.5 or 82 degrees 30 minutes. And the next one is about GMT, Greenwich Meridian Time. Greenwich Meridian Time is about, basically it has been taken from London, and it has been treated as 0 degree longitude. If we move east towards or from the GMT, the time zone is going to be increased, and if we move towards west, the time zone is going to be decreased. Clear, children? So, these are all the major important points of the today class. After completion of this, we will go through about the pictorial representation of each and everything about the Himalayas, about the coastal plains and each and everything. I request you to note down the pictorial point of each and everything. Clear, children? Up to now, if you have any doubts, please ask, children. If you have any doubts, please raise the doubts, children. Don't get confusion. Social is a vast subject. It is very easy subject. Just we have to understand the concept. No need of by-hearting the content here. Only by understanding the content or the concept we can gain the marks easily. And this social in NTSC, and not only for NTSC, if you are being qualified for the NTSC, the marks weightage is also going to be taken for your higher competitive examinations like NEET and JIPMER. So coming to the graphical representation of the India. Few seconds, please. So here we can see about the India map. So at the top we have about Jammu and Kashmir in these regions. Jammu and Kashmir. The Himalaya mountains have been originated from this region. The Himalaya mountains which has been originated here are as Greater Himalayas. The Himalayas are about Greater Himalayas. And below to that, we have some of the ranges like Aravalli ranges are nearby the Rajasthan. So here we have about Lesser Himalayas, and at the extent completely towards at the tip of Arunachal Pradesh, we have outer Himalayas. We have about outer Himalayas. Clear, children? And the second one is about Indo-Gangetic Plains. So Indo-Gangetic Plains have been taken from Jammu and Kashmir again, and it is a continuous ranges up to Arunachal Pradesh. A continuous ranges up to Arunachal Pradesh. It is about Indo-Gangetic Plains. And if we go through about the plateau regions from Gujarat, completely the reverse part of triangle is about Deccan Plateau, and to the nearby the Gujarat we have one more plateau, that is about Malwa Plateau. That is about Malwa Plateau, and quite opposite to this we have one more another small plateau region, that is about Chota Nagpur. Chota Nagpur Plateau. Here we have one more thing about Chota Nagpur Plateaus. And coming to the islands, here we have some of the islands where we call it as Andaman and Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar. And to the west we have about Lakshadweep Islands. Clear, children? So the first one total is 6. The first one is about the Himalayas, second one is about the Indo-Gangetic Plains, plateaus, and coming to the islands. After this we have about desert region in the Rajasthan, Great Indian Desert or Thar Desert. Great Indian Desert or Thar Desert. Clear, children? And coming to the coastal plains, we'll move through about the coastal plains here. Coastal plains beginning from Gujarat to Odisha. It has been extended up to Odisha, children. So coming from Gujarat, here we have Gujarat coast, and followed by the state we have Maharashtra, and next Karnataka, Kerala. Clear? Kerala, Malabar, Karnataka, Canara, Maharashtra, Konkan coast, and coming to the west part of the country, here we have about Tamil Nadu, Coromandel coast. Tamil Nadu, Coromandel, and after Tamil Nadu we have Andhra Pradesh, that is about Sarkar or Sirkar coast, and if we go through about the Odisha, we have Utkal coast. We have about Utkal coast. The continuous coastal plains are about Gujarat, Konkan, Canara, Malabar, Utkal, Sirkar, Coromandel. These are all the major coastal plains. Here we have to observe one more thing, children. If we go through about representing about the gods in our country, we have two major gods. One is about Western God, another one is about Eastern God. What is the difference between the Western God and the Eastern God is the continuous mountains. The continuous mountains have been taken at Western Ghats, whereas in the Eastern Ghats, we don't find any type of the mountains because of the deltas. We know the meaning of the delta. The flow of the river which has been mixing nearby the oceanic part, completely it is about plain region, in the same without any type of the mountains. Clear? Excuse me. So, sir. Sir, I'm in the class, please, sorry. So, sorry for the interruption. So, Eastern Ghats are non-continuous. Eastern Ghats are of non-continuous. If we go through representing the Ghats section here, so the Western Ghats, here we have the mountains. And coming to the Eastern Ghats, we don't have any continuous formation of the mountains. And we have to know one more important point, children. In India, in generally, the highest peak of the country is anyone? Will you please respond, children? Anyone? The highest peak of our country? Okay. So, in general, many of the we people get confused on that. Mount Everest is the highest peak of our country, but actually, Mount Everest comes under the Tibetan Plateau, Nepal. Mount Everest is not the highest peak of our country. Clear, children? So, K2 mountains to the Jammu and Kashmir. Here we have about the K2 mountains. Here we can see the curvature. K2 mountains. This is the second highest. And nearby the Shimla, here we can see the shape of a thumb here. So, nearby the Shimla, we have another mountainous region that is about Kanchenjunga. It is the highest peak of our country, children. It's not about any Mount Everest. It's not about any Mount Everest. It's completely comes under Kanchenjunga is the highest peak of our country. The second highest peak is about K2. Clear, children? So, in the same pattern, here in the southern part, we have about the highest ranges, in the sense the mountainous ranges. That is at Nallamala ranges, Dodabetta. Dodabetta. It is also a location where the East and Western Ghats are going to be mixed. The major landmark of these two Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats where they are going to merge is about Thiruvananthapuram. Is that clear? The district of Kerala. The district of Kerala, these two Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats are going to be mixed. That is about Thiruvananthapuram or Trivandrum. Clear, children? And next, the Western Ghats. Okay, before going after this Western and Eastern Ghats, we will go through about the ranges. So, first range is about the K2. After K2, we have nearby the Gujarat, we have about two major ranges parallel to each other. The first one is about Vindhya, and the second one is about Satpura ranges. Vindhya ranges and Satpura ranges. If we move towards quite near to the Rajasthan, here we have some more ranges. Those are Aravalis. Those are Aravali ranges or Aravalis. Clear, children? Here in the southern part, Dodabetta, Neelagiris. These are all Anaimudi. Clear? In the southern part, Dodabetta, Anaimudi, Neelagiris. These are all the mountainous ranges of our southern part of our country. Coming to the ranges, Satpura, Vindhya and Aravalis, these are all the major. And nearby the Gujarat, sorry, not Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, we have one more important range that is about Jaskar. Jaskar ranges. Clear, children? And here one more important point we have to know that about the rivers as we discussed in the earlier. Three major rivers in the Jammu and Kashmir. Here, one second. If we go through about locating the mountainous ranges, here we have about the Kailash range. Parallel to the Kailash range, we have about one of the glacier that is about nearby Manas Sarovar. From that location, majority of the rivers in our country has been originated. Indus, Ganga. And coming to the Brahmaputra river has been originated at Chimingtang Glacier in the Tibetan Plateau. It completely differs. So, as these rivers have been originated from, this is about the Ganga, it goes through in this direction and enters into the Bangladesh and later on merges into the Bay of Bengal. And another one is about the Indus River. So, Indus rivers, we will discuss in the next one deeply about the Indus and Ganga. Here, one more important thing is about the Ganga river which has been taken, not only Ganga, if we go through about majority of the rivers are mixing in the Bay of Bengal. What is the reason? The only reason here in the sense, the earth has been tilted slightly towards, or the land of our country has been tilted slightly towards east direction. Clear children? That is the reason majority of the rivers are mixing in Bay of Bengal and only few rivers are mixing in Arabian Sea. What are all the few rivers nearby the Vindhya ranges and Satpura ranges? We have two parallel rivers. That is about, one is Narmada, another one is about Tapi, or pronunciated as Tapati river. Clear? And even though the Indus river also going to merge with Arabian Sea, and in the southern part, in Karnataka, we have one more river that is about Netravati. Netravati river. These rivers going to mix with Arabian Sea. Clear children? So this is about the introduction part of our country, Indian relief features. In the next class, we are going to discuss about in deep regarding about Himalayas and the rivers of Himalayas. Clear children?